Hello everybody, how is it going today? It is Tyler here with Zone in Sports, and in today's video we will be recapping the Week 5 NFL slate. So we will go over, some picks that we had, some parlays, just the games in general. And, I kind of want to get this done quickly, so we'll go ahead and we'll get into it. And remember, at the end we will then go ahead and go over the Week 6 Thursday Night Football matchup. So, yeah, that'll be at the end. But first, we go ahead and we recap Week 5. So, Thursday night, we had Colts-Broncos under 42.5 as a straight play, and that came through a lot more easily than I thought it would. Colts won that game 12-9, man. It was a field goal fest, absolutely ugly game. I tried watching as much of it as possible, but it definitely put me to sleep. 12-9, very bad game, but very good if you're somebody that bet the under, like I did. Hope everyone tailed that, under 42.5. Good win there. And also an even better win Thursday night, and we gave this out in that video last week. It was our risk-free $100 same-game parlay for Thursday Night Football through FanDuel. And I'll throw it up on the screen, man. Nice victory there. And this was actually our second hit in a row on the risk-free parlays, as our Sunday one hit back in Week 4. So we start Week 5 with a nice hit, man. We had Matt Ryan and Russell Wilson both over 200. Sutton up 60-plus receiving. Pittman for 40-plus receiving. And the under 49.5. So, hey, they got their yardages and the points weren't even close. So this was pretty decently comfortable victory for us. And, it was nice. $100 into 559, man. Plus 459 comes through. Very good feeling, hitting 2 in a row of our risk-free parlays, man. Nice big wins. Helped me out a lot. Definitely needed it. And next I will throw up on the screen our risk-free that we gave out Sunday before we go over all the Sunday matchups. But remember, I didn't get a video out for all the Sunday picks again for the second week in a row. It is very, very hard for me to do that. It's just with the timing of everything, plus with the London games the last couple of weeks, it was tough. This upcoming week, I don't want to promise anything, but I should be able to get out a video for the Sunday picks, but can't promise it. But that's why I always tell you guys, man, just follow us on Twitter. We always post our picks over there at Zone in Sports, link in the description. But yeah, we'll show up, we tried to go for 3 in a row on our risk-free same-game parlay. Well, same-game parlay plus for Sundays. And it was very, very close, man. Our wager amount actually dropped on the promo from $100 to $50, which I thought was very weird. After we hit 2 in a row, then it just drops out of nowhere when we were set at $100 all year. But I think it was just something that they did to everybody. I don't think it was really because I hit 2 in a row, but it was just the way it timed out, just a coincidence, man. But yeah, because I talked to a couple of my buddies, and a couple of guys I know had their wager amount for that promo dropped as well. So yeah, it was kind of odd, but not a big deal. Just thought it was weird. Either way, we went for a third straight big hit, and it was very close. Diggs touchdown and Bills minus 5.5 came through. The Vikings money line and 49ers money line came through, and it got ruined before it could even get started, though, as the London game. Rodgers 20-plus completions and Packers to win. Gets the 20 completions easy. I think he got 25. And they blew the game. They were up pretty decently early on, and the offense kind of sputtered and couldn't really do much in the second half. And the Giants were able to make a comeback, and they beat Green Bay 27-22. And we lose by a leg, man, all because the Packers screw us out of $400. But, hey, that'll happen, man. Can't win them all, but it would have been sweet to keep it going, man. 3 in a row would have been dope. But either way, man, it was close. I'll go over another parlay here in a sec. And this next parlay we throw up on the screen, unfortunately, we did not give this one out. So the Packers losing definitely made me very mad and had me scrambling to remake some stuff, and I just didn't have a lot of time, and there was a lot going on Sunday morning, And, did a lot of angry betting, so I didn't get everything posted, and I didn't want to post everything at the same time because I was just throwing stuff out there, man. Packers just did something to my mind, but hey, it worked out. Unfortunately, like I said, wasn't able to give this one out, but either way, it was a nice victory for me. Hit the little, I call it a 5-leg. Technically, it's a 6-leg same game parlay plus. As we had the Diggs touchdown and the -5.5, we went Vikings -5.5, 49ers double result. That was actually pretty good, -130 there. I wish I would have gave that as a straight play instead of that Deebo Samuel 40-plus receiving and the 49ers win. And they won very, very easily, but he only had 20 receiving yards. I was very surprised about that, but either way, San Fran double result there, and we went Cowboys-Rams under 49.5, and the Ravens money line came through for us late, man. Justin Tucker, the MVP. I will thank Justin Tucker coming through Sunday Night Football to end off this nice little parlay, turning $25 into $330. So this definitely had the Packers loss feel a little less bad. I also had a player props parlay. I probably won't throw it up on the screen, but I'll find it real quick. That I'll mention also got screwed on the Packers game, and another one that I wasn't able to replay because I didn't have enough time. But here it is. I had a 7-leg, all just props, and it was nothing too crazy, but I risked $15 for a potential payout of $130. And I'll tell you all the legs that hit. It was Josh Allen 225 passing, easy. Stephon Diggs 60 receiving, Dalvin Cook 60 rushing. Trevor Lawrence, 225 passing, Chris Godwin, 40 receiving, and Derrick Henry, 60 rushing. Those all hit, but the one leg that missed and ended this before it could even get going was A.J. Dillon, 50-plus rushing yards. Man, I think he ended with 34 or so. But yeah, that game just did not go how I thought it would. It was very odd, and I don't know, Packers offense definitely needs to figure some things out with their game plan, that is for sure. Definitely need A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones both getting the ball a lot more. But yeah, man, a couple tough one-leg losses due to the Packers wanting to stink over there at Tottenham. So in the future, man, I might look to just leave those games by themselves instead of forcing them in with the rest of the Sunday slate. But don't got to worry about that in the upcoming week, so that's fine. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get into the Sunday games now that we went over a couple parlays. Of course, my Steelers get absolutely destroyed by the Bills, 38-3. Yeah, I'm not going to say much. I'm a Steelers fan, huge Steelers fan, and our offensive play calling is just terrible. Matt Canada needs to get fired ASAP. Our O-line, still bad. I don't think it's completely terrible, to be honest with you. Like, it's honestly probably a little bit better than it was last year, but it's still very bad. Defense just kept giving up bombs, man. The defensive coverage was very, very confusing. A couple of plays where they had Minka blitzing in situations when he definitely should not have been. And yeah, it's tough being a Steelers fan right now. I mean, I wasn't expecting a great year by any means. First year without Big Ben, man. Gave me a great, 19, 20 years or so. 18, that is. But yeah, I knew it was going to be tough, but after beating the Bengals week 1, I thought maybe by now, at this point, I thought honestly, after beating the Bengals, I thought we'd be 3-2 at this point. Couple of big mistakes in a couple of games. Like, we probably should have beat the Patriots and Jets. You know what? I'm just going to keep going on and on about this. I'm not, my bad. Just a salty Steelers fan over here. And moving on, we'll talk about the good old Chargers. This is one of our straight plays. Chargers at the Browns. We took Chargers money line, and it came through, man. Very luckily it did, but they got a field goal in the fourth quarter to take the lead 30-28, and the Browns, Cade York, their kicker, missed a field goal that would have gave the Browns the lead back at the end there. So it was close, but hey, Chargers hold on and get the nice win for us. So the money line hits. Big day for Eckler, man. 173 yards on the ground. 130 receiving from Mike Williams. I got him on one of my fantasy teams. Definitely love the production he's put up so far this year. That Chargers run defense definitely needs to improve throughout this season, though. Say Browns, Chubb was very good in this game, but yeah, Chargers run defense needs to improve, or they could be in trouble. That is for sure. You had the Vikings beat the Bears 29-22. And we had Vikings minus 6.5 on the alternate line as one of our straight plays. That comes through for us, man. It was looking very good early, and then the Bears tried to come back in that second half, but the Vikings were able to get that late touchdown and cover for us. 2 touchdowns rushing on the day for Dalvin Cook. Justin Jefferson, huge day, 12 catches, 154 yards. Defense wasn't great, but definitely played well enough to hold off the Bears, man. Thought the Vikings would score more points here, but second half just seemed like they were just trying to get the game over with. Either way, they end up covering for us in the end. The Patriots and Lions, man, did not end up having a pick on this, and thank goodness I didn't, because it either would have been the Lions or the over. And it ended up being the Patriots and the under. 29-0 shutout. Number 1 scoring offense in the NFL going into the week was the Detroit Lions. And the Patriots hold them to 0. This game was very ugly. A lot of questionable decisions by the Lions and a couple of bad turnovers. The scoop and score for the Patriots really turned the game around. And, yeah, they just played Patriot football at that point and just ran the rock. Stevenson had 160 yards after Damian Harris went out early. And a nice day receiving for Ja'Cory Myers, 111 yards and a touchdown. So that was a nice day for him. Yeah, easy win for the Patriots, 29-0, man. Crazy game here in New Orleans, man. The Saints beat the Seahawks 39-32. And I actually almost gave out the Seahawks plus 5.5, so good thing I didn't, as they blew that cover late. Taysom Hill, man, crazy game, man. 100 yards rushing, 3 rushing touchdowns. He also threw a touchdown pass, and I believe he recovered like I don't remember what happened on that punt, but the punt was so trash. It either was a fumble or attempt to kick late and got blocked, or something crazy happened, and who was there to recover it? None other than Taysom Hill, man. He does it all, running around, catches passes, throws blocks too, man. Some good blocks. He throws his body around, man. Doing good on special teams too. Literally does it all. And people want to know why he got the contract he did. Like, he does it all. Who else does it? Now, granted, he's not always doing this crazy of numbers like he did in this game, but still, it's a lot to ask of somebody, man. That's a lot of preparation, man. You got to be on the ball, man, because you're being asked a lot of him there. But yeah, man, it was a crazy game. Geno Smith, 3 touchdowns, 2 of them to Tyler Lockett. He had a big day, 100 yards. I think Metcalf had a touchdown as well. Saints, man, they were able to get the victory, man, at the end, 39-32. I did not have a pick on this, like I said. And another game I didn't have a pick on, thankfully, because I would have been wrong on that one as well. Dolphins-Jets. Teddy Bridgewater got knocked out early, man, and Skylar Thompson looked very, very bad. Could not get anything going with that offense, and the Jets ran away with it 40-17, man. The Jets. I believe that puts them in second in that division now. You got the Bills in first, and then the Jets, and then the Dolphins, and the Patriots. So who knows, man? Maybe the Jets might make some noise, but Breece Hall, man, a couple big catches out of the backfield, man, 100 yards on just 2 catches. I know Carter had a good game as well, getting in the end zone. But yeah, the Jets took care of business here, man. Forced a couple turnovers. Skylar Thompson, man, like I said, he's not ready for this, and I'm not even mad at the guy or nothing. Like, I wouldn't expect him to be ready for it. Like, he should not be in this situation, but hey, it's going to happen. We'll see how the Dolphins look going forward, if Teddy's able to come back or when Tua will be back. I know Tua was supposed to start throwing sometime this week, but definitely not going to play next week or I would say probably not the week after that either, but I would say maybe week 9 or 10 area you might see Tua back. Until then, though, this Dolphins team might be in trouble. The Buccaneers hold off the Falcons' late comeback efforts and get the win 21-15. Falcons all 15 points in the fourth quarter. Buccaneers had nothing in the fourth. Seemed like once they got that 21-0 lead, they just tried to bleed the clock and whatnot, which is fine and all, but you did not run the ball well at all. Fournette's production was all out of the receiving game. 10 catches, 83 yards, and a touchdown. So it was almost like the run game still, but it's like they couldn't do it naturally, and they had to set him up on the outside or like on delays, which, I mean, hey, if it works, it works. It's just kind of weird to see Brady with 350 passing yards, but the team only puts up 21 points. And Falcons, I will note their leading rusher was Marcus Mariota. Actually, the leading rusher for the whole game, 61 yards for Mariota on 7 carries. But yeah, it was kind of a stinky game, man. Just low scoring. We did have the under on this we gave out. Falcons and Buccaneers under 46.5, so that was a nice victory there for us. The Titans went into Washington and beat the Commanders 21-17. I believe that spread was close. I think it was around -3, so I believe the Titans covered that. And I did not have a play on it. Just did not want to mess with it. Two teams that I just need to see more of. And Commanders' offense, they like to put up a lot of yards, but they don't like to score. Derrick Henry, big game, 102 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns. So when Derrick Henry is able to do that, Titans are going to be able to control a game pretty well. They improved to 3-2 on the year. Commanders just 1-4, man. They've lost 4 straight after winning that first one. And this game here, man, Texans get their first victory of the year, 13-6 at Jacksonville. This one had me pretty heated on Sunday, man. I don't understand it. I was not high on the Jaguars going into the year at all. Gave out their win total under, all sorts of stuff, man, and talked crap about them. But based off of what I've seen before this past week, I actually thought the Jaguars might be a team that could, fight to be around 500 possibly. And then you go and lay an egg like this. Trevor Lawrence, who had looked really good start the year, now has just over 50% completion percentage and 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. All they got was the 2 field goals in the first half. Texans win, man, getting the touchdown in the fourth quarter on the big run from Dameon Pierce. He had 99 yards on the ground and a touchdown. Marvin Jones was the main target for Lawrence with 100 yards on 7 catches on Sunday. So, yeah, I don't understand it, man. I expect more stuff like this out of the college teams. But the NFL teams, like, come on, man. I don't know how you let Houston come into your place and hold you to 6 points. That's nuts. But yeah, we had Trevor Lawrence for 20-plus completions, and the Jaguars win. That was our straight pick on this one. He got the 20 completions easy, got 25. But, of course, they get the loss. So, tough one there. 49ers, we already mentioned, man. Big win for them, 37-15. Jeff Wilson Jr., huge day, 120 yards and a touchdown. Debo did get a touchdown, but like I said, did not get many yards at all. We played that 40-plus receiving yards for Debo with the 49ers win as our straight play. And, of course, he only got the 20 receiving yards, man. That was tough, man. Should have gave out that double result at -130. That's what I should have done, man. But I don't really think to look for double result as much in the NFL as I do in college. It's more of a play I like in college games than I ever do in NFL. But, hey, it worked out for us in that one parlay that we talked about earlier. And next, another straight pick that came through for us, another under. Cowboys and Rams, under 42.5. The total hits 32 as the Cowboys win 22-10 in LA, man. The Rams, I believe, were actually like 5-point favorites or so, somewhere around 5. And, yeah, I was telling people, like, not publicly, but, like, my friends and all, like, people at work and stuff, I was like, hey, man, the Rams stink, man. Don't take the Rams right now. They have some things they got to figure out. And I don't know. Based off of what I've seen, I don't know if it'll ever get figured out. It's like, it's just the Stafford to Cup show. Stafford can't find Kupp, it's like their offense can't do anything. The Kupp had 125 yards and a touchdown, but other than that, they had nothing. That was their only touchdown. Other than that, they got one field goal. I just don't understand, man. I know their O-line is definitely taking a few steps back, that's for sure. But Stafford, man, they tried saying that injury that was mentioned with his elbow, they tried saying it was nothing. But I think it's a factor. We're seeing it. Now, before the season, I was telling everyone, oh, don't worry about it. It's Matt Stafford. He's played through some crazy injuries. He don't care. And him not caring actually is hurting him probably more and the team. He does not look good out there, man. Throwing a lot of interceptions, taking a lot of sacks. Yeah, it's tough when, you're facing more pass rush than you're used to. Well, I mean, he is used to it. In Detroit, he got a lot of it. It's just last year he was kind of, finally had a good pass protection. And now it's back to him having to run around and improvise. And it's just not working out, man. Unless, Cooper Kupp can't bail you out every time. So he's got to find a way to not throw so many picks. The offense in general has to find ways to move the ball other than going to Cooper Kupp, and that offensive line has to do better blocking, just period. Just be better. Cowboys, man, they keep winning without Dak, so, he's supposed to come back soon, but, maybe they stick with Cooper Rush, man. I don't know, man. They're looking good with him. The Eagles go into Arizona and they win 20-17. Our straight play was Cardinals plus 5.5, so that comes through. Was kind of worried about it late, but they got that touchdown, and also late I was worried because the Cardinals were actually about to kick a field goal to force overtime, which I did not want, and luckily he missed. So we were able to get the plus 5.5. Cardinals lose, but hey, they cover for us. I'll take it. Big game from Jalen Hurts on the ground, man. 2 rushing touchdowns, 60 yards on 15 carries. Kyler Murray, man, he had a decent day, 250 yards, 28 of 42. So he was all right, but they got to find the end zone, man. They got to finish drives. Eagles defense is pretty solid though, so Cardinals, I wouldn't be too worried about this game. You only lose by 3 to the Eagles, who are the only undefeated team left. So, yeah, I think it was a good game. And then Sunday night, Ravens come through for us late. Justin Tucker, man, MVP, 19-17 victory for Baltimore, man. And Ravens money line, straight play that we gave out, comes through for us. So we'll go talk about the Monday night game now. And I will talk about a couple parlays that we hit for Monday night. But first, I'll just say that our straight pick lost. We said take Chiefs alternate line minus 6.5. And, of course, they only win by 1. Definitely thought they would score a little bit more in this game. Nothing in the first quarter was a surprise, and that was the main thing that hurt us for sure. And the Raiders, man, I'm not sure why they didn't go for 2, or why they did go for 2 at the end. I think there was like 4 minutes left when they got that second touchdown to Adams, man. You should have just kicked the extra point. You got 4 minutes to go. And, if you end up going to OT, then so be it. I mean, you'd rather that than just be down 1 and still fighting. So, yeah, I don't know. Raiders make some questionable decisions, that is for sure. Josh McDaniels, first year head coach for Vegas. Yeah. It was a tough one, man. I thought Chiefs would cover because we also were on the 2 boosts from FanDuel, man, that we loved. Mahomes hits the 250 passing yards easy, but had Chiefs minus 5.5 as a part of that boost, and had the Raiders just kick the extra point, and then we eventually go to overtime. We could have gotten that cover if the Chiefs go score a touchdown. But, yeah, that's tough, man. And the other one was Adams, 50 receiving yards, easily hits with 124. And then Travis Kelce, 50. He gets, 25, 26? With 4 touchdowns? But only 25 yards? Come on, man. So 2 tough beats on the boosts. Tough not getting the straight pick with the -6.5 to come through. But what did come through for us was a couple little two-leg same-game parlays. Of course, only one of them was given out on Twitter, as one of them was more of a personal play for me. In one of my fantasy leagues, I was down by 20 points going into Monday night. Only had Devontae Adams left to start for me, and my opponent had no one left. Needed 20 points, so I was like, you know what? Let me just use my last little $10 free bet on Adams for 2 touchdowns and 100-plus receiving yards, and it came through, man. Nice little $100 off a $10 free bet. And then the one that we actually gave out, we did give out the two-leg for Travis Kelce, 2+ touchdowns, and then the Devontae Adams anytime. And that was plus 971, man. Nice little hit there. $15 into 160. Now, did I foresee Kelce scoring 4? No. I was very confident in him scoring 2, though, or else I wouldn't have gave this out publicly. If I give out something for 2+ touchdowns, it means I feel pretty good about it. And he did that easily. And then he got 3, and then he got 4. And Adams even got his second as well. Going back, it's like the greediness will talk. Wish I would have put them both for 2, or wish I would have put the Kelce for 3. But who would have thought, man? That was nuts. Kelce gets 4 touchdowns and only 25 yards. Like, you could have never guessed that would happen. Like, that's like that game when Jerome Bettis had, like, -1 rushing yards, but 3 rushing touchdowns on, like, 6 carries. It's nuts. But, yeah, it was nice hitting a couple little ones on Monday night to help cover the losses on the 2 boosts that we played. And came out with, a small little profit Monday night. Either way, another nice winning weekend for us. The teaser of the week, man. We only hit 4 out of the 7 legs on that one. Of course, it started Thursday night with a green check mark this time. Usually Thursday night screws us and the teaser dies before it starts. But, it was nice hitting that. And then, of course, the Packers blew that. And Jaguars stink. And then the Bengals-Ravens, I had over 42.5 on Sunday night, and that game, nothing like I expected it to be. What was it, 19-17, so that gets you 36. So, yeah, touchdown short there. Only hit 4 out of 7 on the teaser of the week. So, yeah, man, definitely need to hit one of those. We'll go ahead and hopefully hit it this week, because we have not hit one yet. And last season, when I was doing these, I think I hit 2 by this time of the year. Either way, man, we're hitting the other parlays, hitting enough of those to where it's whatever, man. The teaser is just kind of a thing to do. I don't really risk much on them right now. I just do the teaser. It's more of a fun thing for me, not a high risk. Just trying to hit a little bit of, see what we can do, buying points and whatnot. But yeah, that's going to do it for our recap, man. We went 7-4 on our straight picks. Hit a couple nice parlays. So before we get out of here, we will go ahead and get into the Week 6 Thursday Night Football matchup, where we have the Washington Commanders getting a point. Basically a pick 'em here. Both teams -108 on the money line. Commanders at the Chicago Bears. Over-under is 37.5. Now, I am not going to have a straight pick on this one at all. Both teams stink, man. If I had to choose, like, end-of-the-world type stuff, you got to pick a play here. I would take Bears money line just because they're at home, honestly. And I think, Wentz probably makes a mistake or two, and the Bears are able to run decently enough with, Montgomery and Herbert and Fields, of course. I think the Bears could win a nice low-scoring game. But like I said, man, not going to have a straight play on this at all. Not going to force it just because it's a Thursday night, man. And either way, we'll have some prop plays. And, we got a risk-free parlay per usual every Thursday night. So going over a couple of stats real quick for you. Looking at Chicago's offense, like I said, I think they'll be able to run well. They are 5th in the NFL in rushing yards a game with 157. And Washington's defense, Not great against the run, but not terrible. Around middle of the league, 14th. 110 rushing yards a game given up by Washington's defense. So, yeah, I think Chicago offensively will be able to run well. Their pass offense, very, very bad, though. Overall offense, just not good, but they run very, very well. It just doesn't often translate into points. And if they do, it's more often 3 than 6. So also noteworthy for Washington's defense, they are 25th in the NFL in points allowed, so giving up 25.5 a game. Think, the low-scoring Chicago offense could possibly score a little bit more than they usually do. They average 17. I could definitely see them getting, 20 or 23, somewhere in there. I could see that. When we look at Chicago defensively, they actually are very, very bad against the run, 31st in the NFL, allowing 170 rush yards a game. But luckily for them, Washington more of a passing team, as their rush offense is 28th in the NFL with just 89 yards a game, so not too worried about the Chicago defense there. Their pass defense matches up well against the number 10 ranked offense for passing yards on Washington, 20. Wow. It's 252 yards a game there. And ninth ranked defensively, Chicago's defense only gives up 197 passing a game. So, something's got to give there. Either Washington's got to figure out with the run game, or they got to find ways to exploit Chicago's good pass defense, which I could see them trying a little bit of both there. But either way, I'm not expecting a whole lot of points in this game. I think it'd be like 20-17, which honestly that's right where the total's at, 37.5. So I don't know what I'm saying. I just wanted to give you guys some stats in case you wanted to know their rankings amongst the league. Like I said, no straight play for me, man. What we will do before we get out of here, though, is I will go over our risk-free same game parlay. Now remember, they dropped my wager amount on this from $100 to $50, which no big deal. Just want to make sure you guys understand why I'm not doing 100 anymore, because it's only risk-free up to $50. So I could still put 100 on this. I'll just only get $50 back, but I'll just do the 50, man. It's risk-free, and I like this one a lot, man. It's got to be at least 3 legs, at least plus 400 odds or longer. And, yeah, we went with 1 touchdown here with David Montgomery, and we like his receiving yards over 15.5. Definitely like that a lot. And Justin Fields, we took 25-plus rushing yards. I'll probably end up giving out a couple more same-game parlays on Twitter, in which I will definitely take Fields for more like 40-plus rushing yards, which I definitely think he hits. I think he's hit it 3 games in a row now. But either way, just for the sake of this risk-free same games, since I'm risking more on this than I normally would on same-game parlay, I will just go down to the 25-plus rushing for Fields, man. And we also go Curtis Samuel for 40-plus receiving. He has hit this, I believe, in 3 straight games, or maybe 4 straight. I think he's actually only went under this number once this season. But either way, man, I think this is very safe. We get to plus 607, man. So longer than plus 400. It's 4 legs, so more than 3. It's got to be at least 3. So we meet the requirements. We throw the $50 on it to win $303.84 for a total payout of $353.84. So yeah, man, I like it a lot, man. Just 1 touchdown, couple yardage props, and 2 of them are safe. And Montgomery over 15.5 is the only normal line I took here, and I actually like that more than I like the Samuel 40 receiving. So, we'll see how it goes, man, but I feel good about it. I think this is a good one, man. So go ahead and tail that if you want, and remember to opt in for the risk-free. And yeah, remember the wager amount will be different for everyone. So if yours is a little bit lower, like if it's only $10, I don't know if a $60 win is something you want to do, but if that's what you're looking for, go ahead and do it. And if not, just remember you can follow us on Twitter at ZoneInSports, link in the description, and we will have a couple more same-game parlays that are more like probably 5 to 7 legs. That will be, more like plus 1,000 to plus 2,000. It just depends on what we end up doing. But yeah, so that's going to do it, man. Like I said, no straight pick on the Thursday night football game. Just this nice little risk-free same-game parlay. Now remember, opt in, man. Never forget to opt in. So yeah, like I said earlier in the video, no promises about a video for the Sunday slate. But I will try my best, man. At the earliest, it would, or I guess, I don't know. If it goes up, it'll be Sunday morning. And I will try to get it up earlier than like 10 Eastern time. So that would give you at least 3 hours to watch the video, get picks in. And it should only be, around a half hour to 40-minute video or so. So I'll try to get it up as early as possible Sunday morning. Saturday, I would get it done Saturday, but I'm going to be in Ann Arbor pretty much all day, man. Going to the Penn State-Michigan game, going to be a blast. Hopefully a good win for me. But, yeah, like I said, man, I'll try my best to get a video out. If not, follow us on Twitter at Zone In Sports. I know I say it a lot, but just making sure you guys know, man. So if I don't get a video out, the picks will be posted on Twitter. We always post our picks, all our parlays, teasers, all that good stuff. So, yeah, follow us over there, man. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you all for tuning in. And, yeah, go ahead and leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And have a nice day. Peace.